Hey friends, it's me, Peter, and welcome to the first of 3 bonus videos that I'm sharing with you just in time for Christmas. As I'm sure most of you know, I'm a big fan of Christmas music. I love hearing it all the time during the holiday season, and even though the 24/7 Christmas stations can get a bit tiresome, I never get bored with it, and I frequently find myself singing along to Christmas songs throughout the entire season. Now, having said that, I don't like every Christmas song that appears on the radio. In fact, there's quite a few Christmas songs that I'm not really a huge fan of. With that in mind, I've decided to share with you 10 songs that I'm really not a fan of, that for some reason get played constantly this holiday season. Yes, friends, I present to you my top 10 least favorite Christmas songs. Let's cut right to the chase and begin talking about my number 10 least favorite Christmas song, Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney. I first heard this song many years ago, back when radio stations would only play one Christmas song per hour instead of the 24/7 Christmas music we hear today. Honestly, the song didn't used to bother me. I used to think it was kind of a happy-go-lucky Christmas song, talking about all the good things that happen around the holiday season. But then, one day in December 2001, changed my opinion of this song forever. That year was the year that my favorite radio station began doing 24/7 Christmas music for the first time. That also happened to be the year that George Harrison died. The day of his death, I remember hearing on the radio Wonderful Christmas Time playing, and after it ended, the DJ said, "That is dedicated to the memory of George Harrison, who passed away today." Now, I'm well aware that George Harrison didn't release any well-received Christmas albums during his life, but honestly, playing a song that says you're simply having a wonderful Christmas time to commemorate the loss of someone, little tacky. I know, I get it. That's not the song's fault, that's the radio station's fault. But ever since then, I can't help but associate this song with George Harrison's death. Even if it's not a terrible song, I just can't get that thought out of my head. Number 9. All I Want for Christmas Is My Two Front Teeth. In Christmas music, there's generally 2 genres. There's kid-centric and there's family-centric. Family-centric are the type of Christmas songs you can play that everyone can enjoy, everyone can listen to, and there's not a problem. Kid-centric Christmas songs, on the other hand, are generally only meant for children. That's where All I Want for Christmas Is My Two Front Teeth comes into play. Clearly, the song is only meant to be sung by children, as children are the ones who are most likely to have lost their 2 front teeth. But if that's true, then why have singers like Ray Stevens, Nat King Cole, and George Strait sung this song? I mean, those guys were not, or are not, missing their 2 front teeth, so there's no reason for them to be singing this. Also, another part of the song that I have to nitpick. The song features a kid with a lisp sing, "Then I Can Wish You Merry Christmas." The problem is, I don't know anybody missing their 2 front teeth that ever had a lisp like that. I never did, none of my friends ever did, so this song is a misrepresentation of what actually happens. I know, I'm probably being a little too nitpicky with this song, as this clearly is meant for children, but it's also a song I really don't like to hear. Number 8. I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas by Gayla Peevy. Speaking of kid-centric songs, here's another one that I just find really annoying year after year. The song, performed by 10-year-old Gayla Peevy of Oklahoma, talks about how all she wants for Christmas is a hippopotamus, and that's the only thing that will do for her. She doesn't want a crocodile or a rhinoceros, she just wants a hippopotamus. They say in the song that hippos are vegetarians. That is true. Hippos are herbivores. However, what they fail to mention is that hippos are also the most dangerous animal in Africa. They have been known to attack humans unprovoked, they've been known to attack other animals unprovoked, and they're so dangerous that not even animals like crocodiles or lions will attack them. They have no natural predator in the wild. But it was ridiculously popular. It actually hit number 24 on the Billboard charts back in the 50s. I mean, was music just not that good in the 50s? I don't know. I don't get why this song was popular. In fact, the song was so popular, A radio DJ in Oklahoma even held a fundraiser to buy Gala a hippo for Christmas. The fundraiser succeeded, and Gala was actually given a hippo, which she immediately donated to the Oklahoma Zoo. Thank goodness, because you didn't want to hear a tragic story about a hippo accidentally eating a 10-year-old child. Now, would that actually happen? Probably not. But, this song just annoys me. I'm sorry. I just don't like it. Number 7. Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow. This is a song that I'm sure pretty much everybody in the world knows. And it's also the song I consider to be the rudest Christmas song that has ever been written. The song talks about a singer, generally a male singer, that's out with his lover and they're curled up by the fire, warming up while a horrible snowstorm is going on outside. According to the lyrics, it shows no signs of stoppin', and he's brought some corn for poppin'. But with one line, he proves not only how selfish he is, but also that he just does not care about people that have to be out in the snow. I, of course, am referring to the line in the first verse of the song, but since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Oh, great, yeah, you don't have anywhere to go, but what about these poor people that have to go, that have to travel? What about them? Are you basically saying, oh, forget those losers, we're curled up, cuddling by the fire, we don't care what other people think? Boy, way to be selfish, dude. Number 6. Do They Know It's Christmas by Band Aid. Now this entry is probably going to come as a shock to you guys, especially those who read my list of top 10 non-traditional Christmas songs I released last year, because this song was actually on that list. I'll say this. The song is well intended. It was meant to raise money for African famine research and to help the starving children of Africa. There's nothing wrong with that. Really, I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with, though, are some of the lyrics that describe Africa as this barren wasteland where nothing ever grows, where there's no snow, and where everything's gloomy all the time. Actually, not really. Africa's not like that at all. In fact, even the lyric, "Do They Know It's Christmas," doesn't make any sense, since a good chunk of Africa is actually Christian. So, yes, they probably do know it's Christmas song. As I said, I have mixed views on this song. I get that it's well intended, but at the same time, they could have done it in a way that wasn't condescending to the people of Africa, especially Bono's line, "Well, tonight, thank God it's them instead of you." It's like, gee, thanks, Bono. In 2014, they released a new version of this song, updated to help raise money for Ebola research in West Africa. And I gotta say, I've heard Band Aid 30's version, and it doesn't do much to fix the problems of the original one. Like I said, well intended, but they could have gone about it in a different way. Number 5. I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. Going back to my original point that there are kid-centric songs and family-centric songs for Christmas, this definitely falls under the kid-centric category. There's a version of this done by the Jackson 5, where Michael tries to tell his brothers that he did see his mother kissing Santa Claus, and he's trying to convince them he did, because his brothers don't believe him. That version I don't really have a huge problem with, because this song is clearly aimed at little kids. But when you get adults singing this song, then it gets a little creepy. I'm assuming as an adult, your mother is probably older, so what's she doing kissing Santa Claus? That's just plain weird. It's got an innocence about it when the kid sings it, but when an adult sings it, it just puts on a new vibe. And I know many adults that have covered the song. John Mellencamp did a version, Ronnie Spector and the Ronettes did a version. It's just, I don't get why this song just keeps going and going. It's not that great of a song to begin with. Essentially, your mother is cheating on your father with Santa Claus. At least that's what the implication is. I mean, I will admit, I don't usually turn the radio station off when I hear this song, but I don't know, just not one of my favorites. Number 4. Santa Baby by Madonna. I recall the first time I heard this song was sometime in elementary school, and I honestly thought it was a little kid singing it for the first time. It wasn't until later that I learned it was Madonna that was singing it. And I'm like, why is she doing this? Why is she sounding like a little kid? I mean, the song itself is kind of creepy. It's basically a woman telling Santa to give her all these gifts because she's apparently infatuated or attracted with him in some way. That itself is kind of creepy, but the fact that you have to add a little kid voice to it, and it just doesn't do anything for me. It rubs me the wrong way. Now, before Madonna released her version, Eartha Kitt came out with the original song. That song still has the same problems as the Madonna version, but at least I can tolerate the Eartha Kitt version. Eartha Kitt just has a better singing voice, and she handles the subject matter better. It's also a much slower song, which I think is what it was intended to be, not the pop song that Madonna tried to make it to be. In fact, Eartha Kitt was quoted on record as saying she could not stand the Madonna version. I can't say I blame her. Number 3. Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer by Elmo and Patsy. Now, this actually was a Christmas song that I had not heard until about last year. I knew the song existed, but I just never had the desire to actually go and look it up. And when I finally did look it up and listen to the lyrics, it kind of shocked me. I mean, the song is about a grandmother getting attacked by a reindeer, and from what the song describes, it was pretty brutal. They talk about, first of all, that she was attacked, secondly, that she had hoof prints on her body, and little tiny claws marks on her back. That's horrifying. Who wants to think of their grandmother going through that? That's horrible. Not only that, but in the second verse, apparently Grandpa has moved on, and if the video is to be believed, apparently starts dating again. And just, there's so many weird vibes about this. I just don't like it. There's also the fact that Grandma actually does not die if you listen to the song. In the video, she falls down a chimney covered in soot, saying they should never give a license to a man who rides a sleigh and plays with elves. And I get that it was a novelty song. I get that it was meant for comedy. But that doesn't mean it's a good song. Alright, now before I reveal my number 2 pick, I just want to issue a disclaimer. I'm sure a lot of people are going to hate me for picking this one, because I know a lot of people like this song. I, on the other hand, cannot stand this song. And I know it means I have no soul and I have no love or whatever you want to call it, but I'm sorry. This song just bothers me so much. Number 2, The Christmas Shoes by New Song. Alright, put down your pitchforks and don't attack me just yet. Let me at least explain myself first. Okay, I first heard this song when it came out back in 2002, and it's depressing. It's about a guy in a department store who's not really in the Christmas mood, and he sees a little boy in front of him who wants to buy shoes for his mother who's dying on Christmas. And the boy doesn't have enough money, and the man plops down the money and pays for the shoes, and the little boy's so thankful and runs home. Okay, first of all, if your mother's dying, why are you out at a department store buying something for her? I get it. The thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. I get it. But shouldn't you be at home with your mother? Number 2, the song is flat out depressing. Who wants to listen to this at Christmas? I get that it's a tearjerker. I get that it's supposed to remind you of what Christmas is all about. That's actually a line in the song. But no, you don't write a song about one of those things you send a chain email about, or a chain letter. This is one of those stories you read in a magazine that people swear is true, but it's not. There's no evidence of it ever happening. I'm sorry, I know people like this song. I'm not one of its fans. But I will say this. It's not as bad as the song I have at number 1. And my number 1 least favorite Christmas song is Baby It's Cold Outside. There is so much wrong with this song, I don't even know where to start. I guess I'll start with the first version of this song I heard, which was by Dean Martin and Martina McBride. Never mind the fact that Dean Martin was already dead by the time this version was recorded and Martina McBride simply edited her voice in. That's creepy enough. Second of all, the first line of the song is, "I gotta get away," but the guy's telling her, "But baby, it's cold outside." And she keeps saying, no, I gotta get home, I gotta get home. And he goes, no, please stay a while. And he talks to her so much, eventually he convinces her to have another drink, have another cigarette, and just stay with him. And it's just, oh, it's so creepy. At one point in the song, there's the line, hey, what's in this drink? It's like, why is she asking this? Did he slip something into her drink? It's creepy. She talks about how her family's gonna come looking for her, how people are gonna be wondering where she is. At one point in the song, she says, at least I'm gonna say that I tried. You tried to do what? I don't get why people are still performing this song. It's just the implications that this woman got date raped. There's a lot wrong with that. That's just flat out wrong. This shouldn't be in a song, people. Stop buying this song. But the creepiest version of all, I think, is the one that just came out this year by Adele Dazeem and Michael Bublé. I got those names right, didn't I? This version has more dialogue in it, including two of the creepiest additions they could have made to this song. At one point, after she says, well, maybe just a cigarette more, listen closely, and she says, I don't even smoke. So why is he offering her a cigarette if she doesn't smoke? The worst part of this new version, though, is the last line of the song, where she goes, okay, maybe just one more drink. And he laughs and goes, I knew you'd come around eventually, or something like that. It's like, no, this is just wrong. It's wrong on so many levels. I tell you what, these other songs on this list don't have anything on Baby It's Cold Outside. Give me Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. Give me I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. Heck, I'd rather listen to the Christmas Shoes than Baby It's Cold Outside. I'm sorry, I don't get why people are still singing this and people are still downloading this song. Stop it! It's a terrible song about implied date rape. Stop listening to it. And there you have it, friends. My top 10 least favorite Christmas songs of all time. If you have a Christmas song you don't like that I didn't mention on this list, leave it in the comment below. Tune in tomorrow for my second of 3 bonus vlogs where I discuss my top 10 guilty pleasure Christmas songs. You're not going to want to miss this one because I'm going to admit to liking some really embarrassing Christmas songs here. Thanks for watching, my friends, and I will see you tomorrow.